Good evening, ladies. How are you doing tonight? Tonight is our regular card class. I hope you're doing well. Okay, oh, bananas. I set something aside to show you, and now I don't remember where I put it. Oh, nope, I found it. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, I just moved it so I would remember. When you join, please say that you're here so that I know that you're on with me tonight. Now remember, Facebook is deleting the videos after 30 days. So probably Sunday or Monday, I will move this class over to, it will not leave Facebook land until the 30 days, but I will be downloading it and putting it also over onto the YouTube channel. Hey Rose, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. So your first card, I am hoping, should have pink and white in your kit. Hopefully I have them in your same order. I try to put my basket in your same order as I put your kits. I mean, anything is possible, you know. That darn designer and cutter, I tell ya. That prepper that puts these kits together, sometimes she needs to be a little fired. Okay. So, this should be our first card. So let's take a look at it and the parts that you should have in your kit. Hopefully I cut it out properly. You are going to have a green, white, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 octagon, white octagon. You are going to have a pink octagon that has, I believe I was going to use, I was going to use one of these. Octagon as well that has parts cut out of it. So you're going to need to finish punching these little parts out. So I'll do that in a moment. You are going to have 3 silver glitter gems, rhinestones. We're going to have a flower that we're going to color in just a few moments. We are going to have a thinking of you sentiment. We are going to have a beautiful leaf. We are going to have an embossed image. Now this white piece that is embossed, this is embossed with the Dashing Designs. It is in 3D embossing folder. It is from Stampin' Up. I'm telling you, I do love their embossing folders. They are quite good. Okay, so Patty is on. And I don't know who else is on. Because, you know, we're back to not being able to see comments. Let me see if I can see comments. Okay, not there. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. I can see comments. Oh, and there's Daya. Okay, excellent. Yay. And then we're going to also have a piece of pink cardstock. So the pink is Pixie, which is still close to my heart color. I am using up my close to my heart colors and cardstocks and patterns really before I start purchasing a ton of the Stampin' Up cardstocks. Because it's kind of silly to buy more cardstock when I still already have cardstock, and many of the colors are so similar, if not pretty darn close. I mean, when you say, let me think of a color, like lemon lolly. Lemon Lolly is, I mean, it's like the slightest variation off of Sundance that nobody's ever going to really notice. Actually, it's not even Sundance. It would be like Lemonade. So the colors are just so close. You really cannot tell the difference. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to use up my close to my heart colors once they run out of. So like Sundance, I am almost out of Sundance. Once Sundance is gone, then I'll have to buy crushed curry. Okay, no problem, right? So use it, then I'll replace it. And then we'll have our card base. So those are your basic supplies that we have that are in your kit for the first card that we're going to have. And then we have our sentiment that's already stamped for you. And guess what? I stamped it the wrong direction in all your cards. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, it's been crazy. So you may want to put it together going the opposite direction. So I'm going to put this one going, I'm going to put it going, we're going to put it together in a different format, ladies, and it's going to be okay. So let's get our adhesive, and with the white embossed piece, you are really going to want to make sure you put adhesive on and put it on well. So as you saw, I ran my tape runner all the way around all 4 edges, and I wasn't chintzy. I was very generous. So I am going to now center this, and we're going to have a larger border for this card. Typically, we give ourselves that nice 1/8 of an inch all the way around. This time, we're giving ourselves 1/4 of an inch. It's just slightly something a little bit different than what we typically do, but it really does give it a different pizzazz. Okay? Once you do that, now, oh, see, and now I'm out of adhesive. Oh boy. All right, we're just going to set that aside for a second. And I'll just go to this tape runner. Not a big deal. Okay. And now I'm going to center it on my card base. I cannot believe I stamped every card the wrong direction. But it's okay. It's okay. We're going to actually assemble it a little bit different. Not a problem. All right, let's get out our scissors. Now, some of them cut absolutely beautifully. And for you whose are cut gorgeous, lucky you. Actually, most of them cut just, I mean, I had to run it through several times. I'm getting a hot flash right now. Okay, so we are going to separate out this large piece. So if this large piece is still attached to your base, we want to detach it. And mine's loosely coming apart already. I just don't want to pull too hard because I don't want to rip anything. Here's right where it's attached, right here. So I'm just going to do some light snipping. I think my scissors need a little cleaning. So like I said, this, I will upload this class to YouTube probably Sunday or Monday, whichever day I'm sitting at the computer writing IEPs, which it will probably be many, many nights next week. As we just found out, we just got a new student. And he has an IEP from another district. So we need to do a temporary placement for him. And his parents are coming on Tuesday. And so we need to do an IEP on Dearborn paperwork for Tuesday. Yeah. So Monday is the preschool ones. So that's 4. Tuesday will be his. That's number 5. Wednesday is another one. That's 6. And Thursday is 2 more. That's 7 and 8. Yeah. And then the following week will be a few more. Yes, gotta love spring. Just got to love spring. And the director wants all IEPs in the office by May 20th. And I'm like, oh, okay, no problem there, buddy. No problem. All right, let's use my little pokey tool and see if I can pop them out this way. Oh, yeah, that's a little better. So you're just going to want to work these out. And if all yours are out, you will want to glue this on top of your white like that. Okay? So I'm just going to get a few more of mine out the best that I can. So yeah, it's a little kooky wooky. Yeah. I believe we are at 24 days left of school. I'm ready. I am so ready. That's 24 work days, not counting the weekends. Time for it to be over. And here's like the funny part is, this poor little boy, he has been sitting in our building since April and we did not know about it. And then the district that he came from, they finally sent his IEP and his records to my building. And our secretary, she sent it to me. She goes, you might want to see this. I'm like, how did the district not know he had an IEP? Because the family registered him online. And apparently when they register online, that question is not in the registration paper pack or on the online packet. Does your child have an IEP? I'm like, shame on the district. So my principal and I were like, how did we're like, yeah, we'll be taking this one up with higher ups because that is a shame. This poor child now has not gotten service for a month. I mean, how absolutely horrible is that for him? And his teacher. I'm like, oh, I feel horrible for him. His teacher's just like, get out. She goes, I knew something was kind of up, you know, when he refuses to flush the toilet because of the sound. I'm like, yeah, there's a red flag. Right? I'm like, come on. Okay, so you're going to glue your pink on top of your white. Now, this die and flower comes from the Memorable Blooms die set. There is a stamp set as well. but the dies are just lovely. And sometimes I order just the dies and not even the stamps. Okay, so since your teacher did not stamp very well, we need to do a little adjustment. So I am thinking if we place this kind of here, let's just do a little bit of placement and don't glue anything yet. Let's just do some placing, and we could place our leaf there. Our wording could come down like this, and we have to color this part still. I think that would still work. Yes, this could totally work. Okay, let's color our flower. Okay, I'm going to use Alpine Green. Am I in the camera shot? Yep, there I am. Alpine Green blend to color my leaves. I'm going to start with my light. Now, if you don't have these markers, you can use any kind of markers you want. Or a colored pencil. Colored pencils would look absolutely lovely with this. More of a limier green would be what I would be going for, because the pink is that bright pink. That's why I went with more of a limier green. Okay, so I went with the light shade. Now I'm going to go with my medium, and I'm just going to hit those lines as that accent. Okay. And now for the flower, I'm using the magenta blend because it is really the closest to this same pink. And I'm going to start with the light. And with an alcohol marker, remember you always want to do that flicky motion. And you want to go in one direction. You do not want to go back and forth, back and forth. So I'm starting in one and I'm pulling down. Now, if you're using a colored pencil, I would look for something that is either the same or go darker or lighter in color. Now, if you're like, I don't have anything, what I would do is then omit this flower altogether, and then you would be using just your sentiment, and then you're going to bring it up a little bit, and I will show you that in a second. Now, next month, for the month of June, that class we will be doing thank you cards. I'm going to go in with my medium now on top of those lines and the dots. Now for that class, that will actually be a pre-recorded class. We have an event we need to go to that evening, so that class will be a pre-recorded class. Just so you know. Okay. Okie doke. So we are completely colored. I am going to pull out some dimensionals. Let's dovetail our thinking of you, and I'm only going to dovetail the far right after the word you. I need to get rid of the stick at the end. So I'm going to go in at the center, snip. I'm going from the bottom to my center point. Now I like to flip it over and go from that bottom again back to my center point, because then I'm more guaranteed that my dovetail is actually going to be perfect. So now I'm going to put some dimensionals back here. And I want them more at the bottom. Like that. And now I am going to glue down my leaf. Ooh. Which seems my glue is bubbling over. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to allow, oh, I probably, did I? No, that is not. I probably should have adhered this part down. And I plumb forgot that I didn't do that. So I'm going to be generous with my adhesive on that as well. So we're going to sort of center that. Well, let's get it as centered as we can. Get your leaves on. Okay. Ooh, that's looking good. See? A mistake is still working out perfect for us. Okay, we're going to add our flower down here, which is going to hide that. Stem, which is perfect. Let me add one more piece of foam. Right there. Okay. I'm going to add this down next. And I'm going to make sure it's hanging off just a smidge. It's not going to hang off the edge of my card, but it is going to hang off that white. Okay, just so you know. This, I think, was our most time-consuming card, only because that person who preps our projects made that small little blunder. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Let's add in our gems. Okay, I'm going to add our largest gem. I'm going to actually add it to that white panel. And then I'm going to do a small one on the diagonal onto that white panel. And then another small one, but this time I'm going to go above and I'm going to go towards my leaf, and I'm going to actually put it onto the embossing. Okay, so that is our first card. Okay, so that's card number 1. And my glue is just oozing. There we go. So now your second card should be yellows and blacks with a B. Let's find that as our next one. And I am going to set this one aside. Okie dokie. So here's our next one. All right. Now for this one, the inside, I took my my shortbread shimmer brush. I'm going to show you. Oh. I took my shortbread shimmer brush, and then that little word like honey, I just colored it in like so. So you're going to want to set that aside for a second. Let it do its thing while we do the rest of our work. So we are going to build off of our yellow. So this is Sundance. So we're getting close to the end of Sundance. Okay, so next you're going to take a piece that is the black piece, which is a 2-inch piece, and we are going to put our adhesive on it. And we will be placing it 1 inch up from the bottom of the yellow. So 1 inch up. And we're going to get everything built on our yellow, and then we'll put it onto our card base. Okay? Next, we have our honeycombed piece. Now, if you like the bee side, you can use that bumblebee side instead, and then you would use, instead of the bumblebee, you would use the honeycomb side. Not a problem. This now is going to be centered with about a quarter of an inch, dipping below that black, just like so. So you have about a quarter of an inch dipping below this black panel. Okay. Next, we're going to take this cute little bee. Now, if you made this larger honeycombed piece a bee, you're going to do the opposite here. So let's put this, and now this piece is going to be, let's see, 1 1/4. Yes. 1 1/4 inches from the bottom. So 1 1/4 inches. So you're at the bottom, so go up 1 1/4 inches from the bottom. And you're going to center that because it's going to hang off of your yellow. Because it's going to hang on to that white just a little. Put that on. Next, we're going to take this beautiful die cut piece. This is from Textured Notes dies. Isn't it gorgeous with that really pretty pattern all the way around it? This is in shortbread. I stocked up on shortbread because I loved it. So this is going to go to the right hand side, centered, and you're going to want it to come dipping below that honeybee piece of paper. So let it dip below, but you might want to make sure that you're even. Okay. Now let's take our little piece here that's on the lighter side of Sundance, where it says thinking of you, and we're going to just do a quick little fussy cut, and it's super easy. So it's a rectangle. And you can go as close to the words as possible if you want, or you can give yourself a little bit of a border. I like to give myself a border so that then you can see more of it. Okay, so I did that. And this will have some foam on the back side. So if you want to get that ready, you can. I'm going to get my foam ready for it. I am just using up my scraps here. As now they're sticking to my scissors and sticking to me. Okay, so now that's ready to rock and roll. I am going to color my honeybee, but I will wait until it's on the front of my card because I don't want to do that quite yet. So now we're ready to put all this onto the front of our card. See, I told you this one was an easy peasy one. So I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm going to crease it. Now, if you don't have a bone folder, you can use your finger and run that along. You could also use the back side of your scissors. You can do that. Okay. So let's get our adhesive. And we are going to center this on the front of our card. Perfect. Now we are going to put our little honeycomb. So I like to use my Bearly Arts glue when it's not acting up on me. It gives me that fine line. You can get this on Amazon. It's not sponsored. So I'm just going to place it towards the bottom. So like those 3, 1, 2, 3 are at the bottom of that die cut rectangle. Next, I'm going to take that thinking of you with the foam. And I'm going to overlap the bottom 2 and the middle 2. So right in between those. And sort of the word thinking is over the top of those. And then the of is overlapping the edge, the right edge of the textured note rectangle. And then the word you is going to overlap the edge of that B paper. So the thinking of you. So that's exactly how it's going to go. Now I'm going to put some foam on the back of the bumblebee. So let's get foam on him. I can use a bigger piece here. And now I can use a smaller piece here. Okay. And this is going to overlap a bit more of that honeycomb. So it's going to overlap this top one, that empty space. And I'm going to allow the bottom of the right 2 feet and a little bit of the wing on the right side to overlap the thinking of you. Now I'm going to take my shimmer brush, the shortbread, and I'm just going to color in the body with that shortbread. Now, if you don't have a shimmer brush, again, you can use colored pencil, and I would use a very light yellow. These were from Close to My Heart, and I love my shimmer brushes. I wish Stampin' Up! Would come out with them. They have a Wink of Stella, but they only have clear. So just use a pale yellow colored pencil or a pale yellow colored marker just to color it in. And that is our second card, ladies. And that one is done. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Alrighty. And we will get ready for the third one. Okay. So. Okay, here comes our third one. Our third one looks a little complicated, but it's not. It's so easy, and it's so, so pretty, if I say so myself. Okay, so here it is. Okay, so what's all in this one? You are going to have 3 tiny flowers. Set those up. You are going to have 4 blue leaves. 2 are 2-leafed, 2 are 3-leafed. You are going to have a very cute, dainty heart. You are going to have 3 clear rhinestones. You're going to have a little banner that says, "Thinking of you." You're going to have my absolute favorite circle of all time, Spotlight on Nature. I'm telling you, love that die set. It's amazing. And if you need to, pop all those little thingy-doos out. I need to do some serious vacuuming up here because I've got a lot of those little thingy-doos all over the floor. So set that aside as well. Then you're going to have a cute little polka dotty piece. You're going to have mulberry cardstock. And then you're going to have a little florally piece. And then your card base. So let's fold our card base in half. Bone fold. Or your finger, however you would like to get it to close and be crispy. Okay, so here we go. We are going to start with the floral and the mulberry. These two pieces go on first, and they are side by side. So they are 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. So let me get myself to a 1-inch line. So they are 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. And they are approximately 1/2 of an inch from the left. Okay, so you're going to be making sure that you're about 1/2 of an inch over. So you're going to have less of a border on the right-hand side. Hey there, Lori Goodnow. What's up, girl? Okay, so however you want to do it, my preference is I like to glue my big one down first, but I don't move the little one. I leave the little one stationary just so that then I have, like, it's sitting there holding its spot, if that makes sense, okay? I like to leave it there as my spot holder. So I will move that big one. I will get my adhesive on. And then this will help me hold my spot. And I just want to get it so where I have, oh, yeah, I like that. So I'm going to put my fingers here to help me hold. Now, see? That held my spot. Now I can put my adhesive on this side. And that just helps. Now I can hold over here, even though it's not going to go anywhere. It's just a little comfort. All right, now we're going to put that blue piece down, and that's at 1 1/4 inches up from the bottom. So let's get our adhesive on that. 1 1/4 inches up. So here's my 1, here's my 1/4, 1 1/4, and it goes all the way across the front of my card. Oops, see, I wiggled all the way across, right there, 1 1/4. Next comes my circle. My circle is going to overlap my little polka dots. It is going to overlap the white. Just like that. Next will come the heart. So the heart would be my next part that's going to go on. This heart was in the celebration that was back in January and February. I was like, oh, I don't know. Do I really want it? Girls, I've used this die and stamp set more. I've used it for wedding cards. I have used it for class. I have used it for projects at the crops. I'm telling you, I have used this card, this stamp and this die multiple times. So I would say, yeah, it was a pretty good one. I think so. Okay, so I'm going to center this inside my circle. Now, if you would like to put it a little bit more on the, like the cattywonk side, go ahead. Put it a little bit uneven. I think that would be kind of cute, actually. Okay, so we're going to put that on. Just like that. Okay. Ooh, this is looking cute. Isn't it looking cute so far? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so now our next step is we're going to put our sentiment, our thinking of you. So let's put some foam on this. So I'm going to put some foam. I'm kind of starting to like these dimensionals. Because, you know, I am almost out of my close to my heart foam. So I don't know what I'm going to do after that. So I guess I'm going to have to start using dimensionals. If anybody has any other suggestions, let me know. If you have found something else that you like. Because I'll try it. Okay, so I'm going to place this on, and it is going to go just along the top edge of that blue, and it's going to go into the heart. Let me put it on, and then I'm going to show you. Oh, see, I got to move it over just a hair bit more. Hold on. Because you want a little bit of that white edge of the card showing. There we go. So I'm above. Let me use my scissors to show you. So I'm above. It's a little bit onto the blue, but yet it's above. And I have a hint, less, maybe 1/8 of an inch of my white of the card showing. And now it's into the white circle. And it's overlapping the heart. Okay. Next, we're going to take our 3 flowers. Now, your 3 flowers, you have 2 different colors. You have dark and light. So you really want to pay attention to that. Okay. I have 1 light, 2 dark. You may have 2 light, 1 dark. But I think everybody had 2 dark, 1 light. I'm almost positive of that. So now we need to put a little bit of foam on that. But here will be our trick. Don't stick them down. All we're going to do, because I need to make these even smaller, we are just going to let them rest where they need to go so that then we can put our leaves in first, then we'll glue them down. Does that make sense? Because we don't want our leaves puckering underneath our flowers. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to I did not take the backings off of these. I'm just going to let them rest where I want them roughly. Okay, so those are just going to sit there. So now I'm going to take my leaves, and notice that you have 2 that have 2 leaves and 2 that have 3 leaves. So I'm going to take a 2 leaf, and I'm going to do that one first. And I'm going to slide that here. That's going to go here. And that flower could go down. That flower's good to go. Okay, next I'm going to take a 3, and that one's going to come up here. Yup, I need some tweezers. That's going to help me. Okay. I think I'm going to do another 3 leaf coming out from this second flower. And then I'll be able to place that flower down. So now I'm going to place that flower. I'm going to take the foam backing off of that. And I might as well, I kind of know right where that last one's going, so I'm just going to stick the flower down. And then that last leaf is going to come out from the top of that last flower. See, the foam kind of like prevents it from getting stuck underneath. So there's our flowers. Now you're going to use your 3 gems as your centers to your flowers. And you're just going to place those into the centers of your flowers. Aren't they pretty? See, I told you it was an easy card. It looks a little complicated, but it's easy peasy. No worries. All is good. And somebody's going to receive that card from you and be like, oh, wow, they really took the time. They really thought about me. So pretty. All right, girls, let's do our last one. And again, this one looks complicated too, but it's not. And here's the funny part. It's similar to the one that we did last month, but slightly different. Okay, ready to rock and roll, girls. Let's do it. So you are going to have 3 triangles. You are going to have your sentiment, your in my thoughts and prayers. You are going to have a thinking of you die cut. You're going to have a beautiful hexagon this time. And then you're going to have 2 panels that we're going to use. And I used a craft card this time. Okay, and it is already scored for you as well. So let's get ourselves ready. And you will want to fold on that very first chubby line in half. So let's fold that first. And then you're going to see a nice small line that has been scored for you. That you are going to want to fold that one back. So let's fold that one back. And for this card, we are actually going to seal this closed. So you are going to want to put your adhesive, and you are going to want to be kind of generous because we do not want that to open at all. Okay, so let's close that up, and we're sealing it up. Next, we are going to take the green pattern paper, and we are going to put that on first. And that is going to go right here. Center it in, make sure it's straight. just like that. Next, we're going to take the beautiful daisy paper. Now, if you prefer the opposite sides, please, as usual, it's your card class. You may switch it up on me. I will never know. We're going to put that on that panel that's right next to that green, which is actually like the inside of your card, so to speak. Just make sure that you are lining it up top and bottom to that green that we just placed. Okay, like so. Next, we're going to take the sentiment, "You're in my thoughts." Let's open up our card. And we're going to place this on the inside of our card. And let me open it up so that you can see. And we're going to center it between the inside line and that sunflower. But line it up so that you are making sure that it is equal to the top and the bottom of this by the sunflowers. Okay. And this is right where you would write your little message. You can even write a little message over on that left-hand side. Okay. All right, now close up the front, because now we're going to do the rest of our card. All righty. Next, we're going to take the hexagon, and we are going to place the hexagon. Now, this is where it's important. Lay it on upside down so that as we're gluing, so this is where it comes important when you are doing your gluing, that you see where you're gluing, because you don't want to be gluing on this. So definitely not on this outer two peaks, and for sure for mine, this last bubble top and bottom, because then what it will do is it will seal my card shut, and then my recipient won't be able to open up their card. So I'm going to just put my adhesive over only on here, and I'm going to only go that far. So if you're using a tape runner, be careful and kind of count how far you're going so that you don't go too far. You don't want to seal your card completely. I hope that makes sense. I hope that made sense. So put that on next. See, I started with a hard card and we're ending with an easy card. And then I will show you next month's cards. All I have to do is photograph it and then create an event. So I will do that over the weekend. But I will show you tonight what our cards are. Next, we're going to take the Thinking of You. And it's going to be the kind of the same idea. I'm going to use foam tape, so you don't have to if you don't want to. So I'm going to lay mine upside down just so that I can kind of see where I need foam. So I have a little piece right here that will work right there. And then I have a whole little piece here. I'm just going to I'm going to start snipping pieces. Well, that piece won't work there. Let's just move it up a little. And again, I don't want to put so that it would be closing my card. So I need to be careful not to close my card. So I will be posting this weekend this class and our paper pumpkin alternative class that will be coming up at the end of May. Please do know the next 2 weeks of Sunday Fun Days have been canceled just because I need to sit and work on writing IEPs. I gotta get them done. Need to get them done. And people say, well, just get them done at work. Well, kind of can't do that. I'm working with children and testing, and yeah, it's next to impossible. So, and then meetings on top of all of that. So they will be coming back, we're taking just a small little hiatus from Sunday Fun Days. They will be coming back. I just need to take a short little break. So let's put our Thinking of You on. And I'm just going to center that inside my hexagon like that. Oh, see, that works. So see if I can see that tape. There we go. And now I'm going to take my triangles. I'm going to put the largest one. Now, you may need to squeeze to make sure that the adhesive is on these, because these are a little bit on the older side. They are close to my heart. And I'm going to run them on that left-hand side, right there. I'm going to put the large one at the top. And then I'm going to do the 2 smaller ones right underneath. Like so. And that, my friends, that's our 4th card. And we've got them done. And I went with a slightly different green. Your green might be more like this green. Didn't those turn out? Those turned out so cute. Those are really cute ones. Okay, so our cards for next month are thank you cards. And you know me, I have to have a good coffee card. So we have a thanks a latte, and this one will be our fancy fold. So you go open this way, and then you open it this way. You're the best part of my day. I couldn't resist. I had to do a coffee card. So we have that one, and then we have this one, and this is utilizing a die that was in the Wild Supplies last, and it's very similar to another one that the one that we just did, but look at it. I mean, I realize it's like, but again, it's folds out just a little bit different again, and horrible stamping on my end. So this is, yeah. We're not even going to talk about that. But look how fun this one is with the glitter and the circle, and so fun. You make my heart happy. And then this one with the tag. Thanks. And then the inside, your kindness means so much. So this will be next class, and this one will be on June the 5th. And remember, this one will be I already forgot the word for it, pre-recorded class. Okay, just so that you know. Alrighty, thanks for being on with me tonight. Sorry it was a little bit of a longer class, and have a great rest of your evening, and I will talk to all of you real soon. Toodles!